Hey there, everyone. I apologize that this video is going to be a little late, but as I promised all of you, I am now going to make my predictions for tomorrow's games, the NFC and AFC championship games. These are going to be good. Championship, I should say chip. Yeah, well, chocolate chip. Duh, okay, it's been that kind of day. But anyway, But yeah, that's what I'm going to get into. First, I will review what I got right and got wrong, and then we will go from there. So enjoy. Well, before we get into the championship game picks, I will first off start this by saying that my divisional round week was definitely not as good as my wild card weekend. In my wild card weekend, I went 4-0. And in my divisional round, I went 1-3. So that brings me to 5-3 for the playoffs. Not very, very good. Had a very rough weekend, including the fact that I got both NFC games wrong. I picked the Packers to win, and I picked the Seahawks to win. Neither of them won. So the Atlanta Falcons and San Francisco 49ers move on to play in the NFC Championship game. As for the AFC, I predicted the New England Patriots right, but I did not predict the Denver Broncos and Ravens right. The Ravens beat the Broncos after the Broncos pretty much gave them the game on a silver platter. Pretty much the Broncos said, here, go ahead, Ravens, take it. And the Ravens did that. They won 38-35. And as a personal note, I was born in Denver, so not only am I a Steeler fan that hated the Ravens, but the Denver Broncos are my second favorite team, and the fact that they lost like they did pretty much made my stomach sick and pretty much ripped the heart right out of my chest, as I said in the previous video. Just a disgusting game, and it pretty much broke me, and it's going to make me do something very crazy this weekend, as in rooting for the New England Patriots. Now, I'm not a New England Patriot fan because they have beaten my Steelers so many times. They've beaten my Broncos a lot of times as well, but I've got to root for the Patriots this weekend. I've got to do it. I can't root against them. So hopefully, if any of you Patriots fans see this, I know this is a last minute video, but if any of you Patriots fans see this, I'll just tell your team, please win, and please win. Okay? I beg you, please win. Now, on to the two games. Now, first off, a couple notes. The Atlanta Falcons and 49ers. That's going to be the first game to be picking here, and it is in the Georgia Dome, and it'll be an interesting matchup, as I said, Falcons and 49ers. It will be at 3 o'clock on Sunday, which is tomorrow, and it will be on Fox. So now that that's out of the way, pretty much this is really going to be an interesting, intriguing matchup here. Now the San Francisco 49ers are favored by 4.5 points after they pretty much went against the Packers and pretty much demolished them at Candlestick Park. They pretty much ran all over them. 300 yards of rushing offense. I mean, they had over 500 yards, almost 600 yards of total offense in that game. Colin Kaepernick makes the 49ers that much better than Alex Smith did. Alex Smith was a game manager. He's no scrub. Jim Harbaugh definitely improved him, but when you get that dynamic like Colin Kaepernick, definitely made the offense of the 49ers much better. That kid looked like Steve Young, and by the way, looked even a little better than Steve Young when it came to moving around in the pocket with his legs. I mean, and Steve Young was no scrub either, but this could be the next Steve Young. Passing was pretty good, maybe not quite like Joe Montana, but up there. Like I said, this is a new quarterback. I think they finally found the quarterback for the future after those miraculous years with Joe Montana and Steve Young. Now they've moved on and found a quarterback. Now on the other side, you have the Atlanta Falcons. They look like they were going to rout the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks came back under Russell Wilson, but then Matt Ryan in the clutch. I got to give this kid credit because I've been critical of this kid for a long time, but in the clutch, Matt Ryan, he did it. He got the job done. He won a playoff game and he got them down the field in a very short amount of time, and they kicked the game-winning field goal. Matt Bryant with the game-winning kick. Like I said, gotta give Matt Ryan credit because he wanted to get them down the field. He wanted to get the victory, and got to give him credit because there were times he didn't look too good in that game, like when they were up by 2 scores and he threw that ill-advised pass in double coverage and got intercepted. He made some pretty bad decisions at times, but in the end, when it came down to it, he made the plays, and therefore they got a huge monkey off their back, and now they're in the NFC Championship game, and they will host the NFC Championship game too. So it's going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to this. Also, Michael Turner, the fact that he got going, he's going to have to be very physical. Obviously, this weekend, basically what it's going to come down to is pretty much the matchup on the line. Now, pretty much we know the 49ers with Colin Kaepernick. We expect them to score some points because the Atlanta defense does still have some holes, and it definitely showed against the Seattle Seahawks in the second half of that game when they were letting the tight end beat them. So obviously Kaepernick and Vernon Davis, look for them to hook up. Okay, that's going to be a big matchup in this game. But also what's going to be happening in this game is the fact that it's going to come down to the offensive line for the Atlanta Falcons and the defensive line for the 49ers. Now, the 49ers probably have the best defensive line in football. You have the Smiths. Okay, you got Justin and Alden Smith. And Justin Smith, even with that torn tricep, they pretty much held the Packers in check. Now, the score said 45-31, but technically the defense only gave up 17 points because 7 of them was a pick six by Sam Shields early in that game when Colin Kaepernick had the jitters. And the second one was pretty much a prevent defensive touchdown that was given up when the game didn't matter, so I don't really count that. So they pretty much held Mr. Discount Double Check in place and only surrendered 17 points to that dynamic offense. So this 49ers defense is very, very good. And especially if that defensive line dominates like they have all year with Justin and Alden Smith. Now, if the Falcons' offensive line can keep the Smiths in check, then Matt Ryan's got some matchups. You have Tony Gonzalez, you have Roddy White, 2 big physical receivers, and then you got Julio Jones, a deep threat. Those people can match up against the 49ers defensive secondary, I think. Okay, but Matt Ryan has to get the time because if Matt Ryan is laying on his back like it could happen, then it's going to be a long game. But if Matt Ryan could get protection, feel protection and feel patient and doesn't get jittery, then he's going to make some good throws, and it's going to be a very exciting game to watch. Now, as for my prediction, it's a tough one for me because I did not expect the 49ers to win. I didn't expect the Falcons to win. I have said in previous playoff prediction videos that I did not trust the Atlanta Falcons to win a playoff game. I trust them to win 11, 12, 13 games in the regular season, but I said to myself that I did not trust them to win a playoff game. I did not trust them to do it, but but I said to the Falcons fans out there, a friend of mine in Georgia named Sean, I said, if the Falcons can win a playoff game, I said I would pick the Atlanta Falcons to win the game. And then on the flip side, I said that they would be playing the Packers. And of course, the Packers defense, as you saw at Candlestick Park, was just atrocious. So I said if the Falcons can win and they would play the Packers at home, I would flip-flop my Super Bowl prediction, which was the Packers. I didn't say that on these videos, but would be the Packers. And then I would flip-flop to the Falcons. But the 49ers ended up making it, and now that makes my prediction a lot tougher because I saw the 49ers manhandle and completely destroy my Super Bowl pick. Okay, that's just a fact. They just completely blew them out. Like I said, the score showed 45-31, but trust me, it was a blowout. It wasn't even close. The game was never in contention after the second half. It was for a half, but then 49ers just took over. But that said, I made a promise. And I made a promise to the Falcons fans that if they win that one playoff game, I'd pick them. So, my head is probably telling me to go with San Fran in this game just by what they did against Green Bay, but I'm going with the Falcons, people. I'm going to go with the Falcons to get this done. I say it'll be probably maybe a little lower scoring than you think, but I think they're going to get it done. I say 26-24. That's what I'm going to go with. 26-24. Atlanta will win. And you know what? I'm going to predict the same thing to happen this week as it did last week. Matt Ryan gets him on a game-winning drive and gets a game-winning field goal at the end of the game. That's how the Falcons are going to win. 26-24. The Atlanta Falcons will win and go to the Super Bowl in New Orleans. I got to do it. I promised the Falcons Nation that if the Falcons won that game, won that original game at home, and they got that monkey off their back and they proved me wrong, that I would pick him, and by golly, I'm gonna pick him. Atlanta Falcons to win 26-24. Okay, now for the AFC title game, and I must admit right off the bat, this game sucks. Okay, considering I am a Steelers fan first, and then a Denver Broncos fan second, this AFC Championship game sucks ass. Okay, I'm just going to get that out of the way. Okay, I'm going to be biased in this one. This sucks ass that I even have to watch this game and root for a team in this freaking game. But, that said, it is what it is. Now, in this game, you're going to have the New England Patriots taking on the Baltimore Ravens at Foxborough. It'll be a 6:30 game Sunday night. It'll be in Foxborough on NEBS, as I call it, which is New England Patriots Broadcasting Station, because Jim Nantz kisses Tom Brady's ass. So that's pretty much where the name came from. Pretty much the whole station does. But anyway, I digress. I don't even know why I call it NEBS, because guess what? I'm rooting for the Patriots too. Call me crazy, because the New England Patriots have beaten my Steelers so many times, and boys, it pissed me off, because we could have went to 2 Super Bowls if it wasn't for those goddamn Patriots coming to Heinz Field. Yeah, I think both times Heinz Field and beating our asses off, and then all the other times they would come to Pittsburgh and kick our ass too. So I don't like these Patriots too much. I'll be quite honest with you. I didn't want them to make it, but it is what it is. I knew they were going to beat the Texans because the Texans were overrated, in my opinion. That's what I said, and I said they were going to win the game. What I didn't anticipate happening is the Baltimore Ravens, the fucking ratbirds, to go up to my Mile High City, the city I was born in and was raised in for at least a year of my life, in Lakewood, Colorado, just outside Denver. And I did not expect them to come up to the high altitude in the 15-degree weather and beat the Denver Broncos fuck you, Raheem Moore, and fuck you, Jack Del Rio, fuck you, John Fox, and just the entire team, just pissing me off like they did, that I have to watch this AFC title game. And keep in mind, the Baltimore Ravens, I hate this team too, because they are the rivalry to the Steelers, and then of course going up to Denver. The year I wanted to see Peyton Manning shove it into the face of that Indianapolis Colts team that hung him out to dry. I wanted to see Peyton Manning win it and decide to retire as a Bronco and be in the Hall of Fame as a Bronco. Those Baltimore rat fucks ruined it for me. And now I have to watch the New England Patriots and the Baltimore Ravens in this game. This matchup makes me sick, and I don't even know if I'm going to watch this game, but I probably will, because it's a football game. But in this game, I have to root for the Patriots, and I am going to root for the Patriots. Go Patriots, go Brady, go Belichick, go all of you people, even though I don't like what you did to my Steelers. Guess what, people? Guess what? It is what it is. I got to root for you. And as a matter of fact, like I said, if any Patriots fans come on here and listen to this video, I'm willing to make a truce with you, with you all, that I won't make any trash talking and all that good stuff. I won't trash talk the Patriots anymore. If you can kick these rat birds in the ass for what they did to my birth city Broncos, I want you to do it. That'll feel awesome if I can get that revenge, and you can get this done for me. And like I said, then I won't hate you as much. And then in the Super Bowl, then it won't matter to me if you win or not. I just want you to beat these rat fucks and beat them good and kick their ass and stomp on them and flatten them on their backs and then send them all on stretchers back to Baltimore where they belong. I hope you Patriots can get it done. And also to Bill Belichick, don't be afraid to run up the score. I want you to run up the score, and I want you to run it up big time. Just kick their butts. Don't even make it a game, because that last week in Denver completely sickened me, and it sickened me for the entire week. And I think I've just gotten over the worst of it, but I'm still sick by it. I still have the Denver Broncos losing syndrome. It just horrible. Not only did the Steelers lose, but then I had to watch my second favorite team, the Denver Broncos, lay a goose egg in Denver in front of the home crowd and in the 15-degree weather on the first game. It's just terrible. And I'm sorry I spent 5 minutes on that, but bottom line is this, okay? The Ravens defense and the Ravens in general got lucky. Now I think that the NFL is trying to fix it for the Ravens to make it to the Super Bowl with Ray Lewis retiring, if you want my honest opinion. But Bill Belichick knows better. He knows what's going on with Roger Goodell and his pro-Ravens bias, and he's gonna put a stop to it. And I'm pretty confident about this. Tom Brady is the best quarterback in the league right now. I still say that. He is one of the best, probably a top 5 quarterback, period. Bill Belichick, probably one of the best coaches ever. You have a defense that's starting to get better. Nikovic is starting to make some plays. Obviously, you still have those other players. I can't remember exactly who's on that team. I think Hightower's on that team, I want to say, or one of those players. He's starting to make some plays. They have a young cornerback. I forget his name. I don't follow the Patriots too much, so that's why I don't know many of these people. But it's a better defense than what it was. And then I still, like Skip Bayless would say, Joe Flacco will become Joe Fluco. That's what I'm hoping will happen in this game. On the other side, the Ravens defense is hurt. Yes, Ray Lewis will make a presence, and also people here in Pittsburgh, or as my friend Ken likes to say, Yinzer Nation, a lot of people are rooting against Ray Lewis because they say he's the murderer. Now there is a justice system, like you said, and I don't think Ray Lewis did plead guilty to obstructing justice. He paid his price. He did his time. Ray Lewis for me is not what's making me root for the Patriots. It is the fact that the Ravens went up to Denver and beat the Patriots or beat the Broncos in the year that I wanted Peyton Manning to win the Super Bowl and redeem himself after the Colts pretty much threw Peyton Manning in the cold. I wanted to see it happen. This is a very personal. That game was very personal to me, and I was hurt by it. I don't think I was ever hurt by a game as much as I was. The year we went 15-1, and we couldn't beat the Patriots in the year I thought that Jerome Bettis was going to retire. That year was personal for me, but this game was even more personal to me. So I want these playmakers to do it. Now, yes, they aren't. The Patriots will be without Gronkowski, but who cares? They got Ridley. They got all these people. You got Brandon Lloyd. You got Wes Welker. You got Aaron Hernandez. Tom Brady is like I said, the best quarterback in the league right now, or one of the best quarterbacks. So I say the Patriots are going to win this. This is my bias talking. I say it's going to be pretty high scoring. I'll say 38. Patriots defense is vulnerable, so I'll give the Ravens 28. But some of that will happen when the game doesn't matter. Patriots are gonna stomp over the Ravens, and I sure the hell hope they do. Come on, Patriots, get it done. Please, Patriots, get this game done for me. Go to the Super Bowl. If you go to the Super Bowl, then you can win the trophy for all I care. Just please get it done. Then I'll have a lot more respect for you, even after you beat my Steelers. I won't hold it as much against you. Just beat the rat fucks and beat them bad. Please stomp them off the field for me. Please, please, please do that. Please. Patriots 38-28. I'm going to predict them. Yes, part of it might be a heart because I'm a little concerned that NFL is going to try to fix this for the Ratbirds, but I'm going with my heart, and my head still says the Patriots are better. So get it done, Patriots. Don't lay a goose egg on your home field. Get it done. 38-28 Patriots. So with that in mind, like I said, I said 26-24 Atlanta on a game-winning drive by Matt Ryan and a game-winning kick by Matt Bryant. I say that's going to be the difference in that game. And then the New England Patriots 38-28 to beat the Rat Fucks. The Patriots are just better than them, and I say they will get the job done as well. And like I said, Patriots, I am rooting for you. Please get this done for me. But with that in mind, that is pretty much it for this edition for my AFC Championship and NFC Championship picks. Like I said, I don't care what happens as long as the Patriots win. But my prediction is it will be the Falcons versus the Patriots. And I think after they got over that hump, I'm going to put my faith in Matt Ryan to get it done. And then on the other side, I'm counting on the Patriots to do this. I am counting on them. Like I said, I'm counting on all of you people in Foxborough to get it done. Do not make me upset. Please, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, and the rest of you, do not make me upset. I want you to win. I want you to win bad. Get it done for me, and at least give me a little peace of mind after what happened in Denver last week. Please get it done, because I am still sick all around, and just get it done. I'll feel a little bit better. But with that in mind, that is it for this weekend of football action. Go Patriots, please go. And then, like I said, NFC game, that'll be a fun game to watch. Like I said, Falcons, Patriots, that's going to be the Super Bowl. Mark my words, I'm going with it. So have a good weekend and enjoy the action.